Can anything good come out of Nazareth? You'd think the good news of the long-expected Messiah's arrival would elicit a better response than that. But at the end of John chapter 1, in the early days of Jesus' public ministry, when Philip tells Nathanael, "We have found him," Nathanael responds with this incredulous question. To be clear, the incredible message itself doesn't seem particularly hard for Nathanael to believe. And it doesn't seem to bother him that this incredible message comes to him through an improbable messenger, his buddy, Philip. What inspires Nathanael's skepticism is a tiny little detail in this incredible news that his buddy messenger brings to him, a detail about where the Messiah comes from, or maybe where the Messiah can be found. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? He snarkily asks. St. Nathanael's question is a timely one for our congregation. Our congregation's leadership is actively praying about and preparing for our post-pandemic ministry. We know we're not there yet, but if we don't prayerfully prepare now, we won't be ready to relaunch the congregation when the time comes. And make no mistake about it, my friends, the process of relaunching Atonement is going to take a lot more intentionality and commitment than just putting the worship times back up on the sign out front. We will, each of us, need to do our part to invite, to welcome, and to follow up with members and newcomers alike. And as we work together, wise as serpents and gentle as doves, to reconvene the flock of this congregation, chances are we are going to encounter some resistance to the invitation. Some will say that atonement has become too political. Others will say that given the circumstances, atonement hasn't become nearly political enough, and that this is our Bonhoeffer moment. Some will express disappointment with atonement's ministry during the pandemic, and we will discover that others bear a grudge against atonement for a slight, real, or imagined from years ago. Some will say that atonement is only interested in attracting young families, while others will say that atonement is the congregational equivalent of a ritzy retirement home. I've heard them all, and I am bracing myself to hear them all again as we relaunch. When those we invite to come home to atonement after the pandemic respond with these and similar complaints, they will basically be posing their own version of St. Nathanael's incredulous question. Can anything good come out of atonement? For those of us fools who still believe that God is not done with this congregation, our scandalously confident response to that question must be yes. Good things, God things will and can come out of post-pandemic atonement's ministry. And it is instructive for us that St. Philip resists the temptation to respond to Nathanael's incredulous question with a passionate defense of the town of Nazareth. Philip, the inviter, understands, even if Nathanael, the invitee, does not, that Nazareth is not the point. Likewise, our invitation isn't about helping to relaunch a valuable historic institution in our community. Our invitation isn't about joining the perfect organization that can be all things to all people. Atonement is not the point of relaunching atonement. Like Philip, the only invitation we have to give is to allow ourselves to be drawn together again into friendship with the one who knows us, who loves us, the one who can save us from ourselves, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus, at and through atonement. Get yourselves ready. Get your loved ones and friends ready to come and see him again. Amen.